The only way you were ever going to be ill enough is when you're dead. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Marie. I make mental health videos every single week on my channel, and if you want to be part of our little mental health community, our little fam, then click that please click that button. Oh my god, please click that subscribe button and come and join us. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. That's where all the shit happens. Today I am gonna do a very requested video, and as you can see by the title, it's about competitiveness in mental illness, mental health community, mental illness. You know what I mean. Right, it's a weird one. If you are not part of the mental health community, then this is going to seem absolutely barbaric to you, because I know for me, when I first entered the mental health community, or like first was aware of being involved in the mental health community, it was something that snuck up on me very subtly, and I didn't know that it was happening until my mind had been fully consumed by it. And it's something that is actually so sad and quite disturbing, actually, I think, if you take into account the fact that people, and vulnerable people who are struggling, not necessarily just young people, but in general, this kind of like surge of who's the most ill, it really shows how vulnerable and how your mental illness can literally rule and infiltrate your life completely. Now, I think a lot of people have asked me to talk about it, and I think it's something that needs to be spoken about more. Not many people talk about it. I've seen, like, who have I seen? I think I've seen Imperfectly Laura's post ages ago. I'm sure it is. I'll leave it on the screen here. You should go follow her. Really nice account, really aesthetically pleasing, but also very informative. I really thought her post was good because not many people talk about it. I've definitely spoken about it before. I remember when I came back from Bali, I mentioned it in a video, and a lot of people asked me to go deeper. I'm sorry, there is a helicopter. I'm trying to talk over it, but... So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Are they playing up next door? His heart's going so fast. What are you gonna do? Abby, what are you gonna do? There's a fence in the way. You're not exactly the smallest to fit through a hole. She don't want you, babe. She's a bit old for you. Not gonna lie. Dog next door. No, babe. She's too old for you. And you wouldn't be able to make babies anyway because you've got your bollocks off. It's okay. We're just gonna lie down. Just gonna lie down. Abby, we're just gonna deal. We're just gonna deal with it, okay? Bloody hell, Mary Poppins. Anyway, so competition in mental health. It's a very weird concept to get your head around, that people actually take suicide attempts, self-harm, hospital admissions, A&E trips, stitches, all of these things as almost, oh my god, as almost tokens into showing people how sick they are. It's definitely a search for validation, and it's very sad that people feel the need to have have a lot of bad things happen to them. It comes down to whether people have the validation to feel ill. They might not have any support. They might be scared to reach out for support, and if they see other people talking about... See, I find it quite hard to talk. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have definitely not helped in this matter. I think that I have made mistakes in the past of, and I'm not making excuses, I was a lot younger, but of talking about specific details that didn't need to be spoken about, but in some way I used it as a way to validate myself and say that I should be able to talk about this on YouTube because I have struggled with certain things. So I know I'm being very vague. Basically, like, as an example, in my mental health story, I think that video as a whole, it makes me cringe now. I know a lot of people found it helpful, but I'm sure there are people who have watched that and maybe their brain has used me as a way to invalidate them. So for anyone out there who I have triggered almost, or made you feel invalid, or made you feel that you aren't ill enough or sick enough, or that you haven't had certain things in order to be deemed ill, then I'm really sorry. I've been waiting for a video to kind of say this in because I'm really questioning, and I would like your guys' responses in the comment section, whether I should take down some of my past videos, because part of me is like, I don't like them. I honestly, I really don't like them, and even though some of them are filmed not even that long ago, I would not film it again. I present myself as a bit of a cocky bastard, and I don't like that. I didn't have so much of an awareness of how mental health should be portrayed. It was more for me to say, like, blindly what had happened to me, and in hope that it had happened to someone else, because I felt less alone. But vice versa, I don't want someone to see that video and think, oh, I need to be similar to that in order to be ill. Does that make sense? I've just been waiting for a video basically to say sorry, and I don't want to make a whole video about it because, you know, like, it is something that I'm very, at the moment I'm having a lot of questions with myself about my channel and whether I should delete old videos, and I'd just like your opinion. Honestly, you can say, yes Marie, I don't think that video was helpful, or no Marie, that video did help me feel less alone. Like, I just don't know, because I can ask like my friends and that, and they go, no, it's fine, like, you put a trigger warning and that trigger warning video is coming soon. But yeah, off topic. Anyway, comment down below if you think I should, like, go through my videos and private some of them because they're not helpful. I won't mind if you tell me exactly which ones you think weren't helpful. Anyway, there is a competitive nature in the mental health community. Everyone seems to be slightly affected by it. Some more severe than others. Some find it very, like, they need to prove themselves, and I've witnessed that. They've been very graphic about certain details and almost use them as trophies to say, look, I've had this, I'm really ill. Again, I do not want this to sound like a bitchy comment, because no way am I saying that it's your fault. It's your brain chemistry, it's your thoughts being manipulated and twisted by your illness. And that's one thing we need to actually realise, is that it's not you making a conscious decision to, well, I'd hope anyway, it's not you making a conscious decision to be like, I want to prove to people. Are you fucking joking? That's so loud and my window is wide. It's so awkward. I can't even go closer. My window is over there. I can shout that, I'm not glad, that's fine. Joking! Joking! Sorry about the sound, sorry about that sound, if you can hear it. fucking annoying. I literally don't know where I left off. There are two parts that I really want to get across with this video, and one of it is, yes, it's your illness, but you are not solely your illness. Therefore, you cannot solely blame your actions on your illness. And I don't want to get hate for doing this, because obviously I know in some states you are not aware of what you're doing, and like me, I regret things that I've done in the past because there was no need to share. Basically, there was no need for me to share it. I thought I was doing the right thing, but in hindsight I'm very skeptical about doing it again, because I don't want to give out the wrong message. But then again, that's very easy for me to say because I am functioning in a very good place in recovery, and it's easy for me to just point the fingers and say, you shouldn't show that, you shouldn't show that, you did wrong by doing that, because I'm not in their shoes. Everyone's struggles are different, and that's something that is important to firstly remember, is that just because you've struggled with something doesn't mean that other people have to in order... Amy's calling me. Hello? You're welcome. Okay, bye. Amy's in New York and there's a Harry Potter store and she's getting me Sirius's wand. She wanted to get me Lupin's because Lupin's my favourite character, but he's not there, so I'm gonna get Sirius's wand. What the fuck is wrong with me? Ah! Right, it's very easy for me to point fingers and say, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you shouldn't do that, you should put trigger warning, you shouldn't be posting that, because I'm not in their shoes. Because people struggle differently, it's just the same as people with their personalities normally. It's like some people who aren't aware may think that mentally ill people are very aggressive, and when I have witnessed other people, like say in hospital and that, be aggressive, there has to be some insight into knowing that that person is not aggressive because of an illness. That person may just have an aggressive nature in general, which shows that you are different to everyone else, and you do not and nothing, hello trouble, and nothing in your life is going to be the same as someone else's. Yes, yes, you can have the same diagnosis, but that manifests itself in so many different ways. So please do not compare how you're struggling to someone else's. It's actually a very, very toxic trait to have within the mental health community, and it is sometimes rife. If you are in the mental health community, then like sickeningly, like honestly sickeningly, there are trends that go around, and it's horrible to see, because people are just learning really reckless and dangerous and almost and sometimes fatal behaviours from other people, and they are doing that because they've seen someone else do it and they think, oh, we have the same illness, or maybe that's what you're supposed to do if you have this illness. And it's just, it actually makes me so sad, because I know that in the mental health community there are people from like the age of 12 in there, and to see that someone may be influenced into doing something so harmful, it hurts me inside. And I just think we need to first of all notice that that's happening, because it's really important to notice it, and I think it goes unnoticed, and that's why it continues, because people don't realise that they're actually doing it until after, and then they think, fuck, I shouldn't be doing that. It's like, for example, I have a recovery account. A lot of you guys know that, and it has like over, I don't know, like 500 following requests at the moment. And the reason I don't allow people to follow it is because I have almost, I don't know how many posts I have on there, like maybe 500, I don't know. But I've had that since I was 16, and I know that there will probably be triggering things there. So until I go through and archive all my posts and read through all my posts, I won't be accepting anyone on there. I don't use it anymore now, but I like to go on there because obviously my friends are on there and I check to see how they're doing. That's mainly the reason I ever go on there. And occasionally I'll post something, I don't know, but not really. I don't regularly use it. So I'm proud to say that I'm taking the agency to look at my actions and look at the potential consequences, and I think that's what we need to do. We need to stop playing victim to our illness and saying that we can almost get away with doing certain things because we are poorly. Yes, there are times when a poorly person makes poor decisions. Why? Because they're poorly. However, afterwards, they need to take that control back and take it and say, I'm not going to do this again because I don't think it was helpful. It's like I would never make another mental health story, ever. I would never ever do that again. I think the only way we can combat this is by almost giving ourselves a bit of a shake and say, what reality are you in where having a serious suicide attempt makes you superior to someone else in your mind? Not good. It's not good. It's just so fucking wrong. Like, it's so skewed. It gets me angry because I'm like, this affects people's lives every single day so intensely. We really need to shift our mindset and think we need to congratulate other people on their successes against mental illness. Like, you fucking hell, you didn't take that overdose. I'm so proud of you. You fought those self-harm urges, and congratulate people for you communicated so well with that person, with that doctor, that professional, that nurse, that crisis team worker. That is what we need to congratulate people on. Communication, fighting back, taking responsibility, and not letting your mental illness rule your whole life. The only way you were ever going to be ill enough is when you're dead. So think about it in that way. I know that's very blunt, but it's true. And how is that going to bring you any form of validation if you're not there to experience it? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I know how easily you can be sucked into it, but I also want you to realise that nothing you do will ever be good enough. You will never feel ill enough, honestly. And if you're looking for a reason to recover and like thinking, oh, I'm not ill enough to recover, this is me telling you now that if you're contemplating that, you need to communicate. You need to take some responsibility. You need to fight back and you need to throw yourself into recovery, because that's the only way you're going to feel happy. I feel validated now when I'm like, I look at my day since app and it tells me that I'm 200 and something days self-harm free, and that brings me joy. And it's because I've over time grown and really fought hard to not let my illness taint and distort my thoughts and views on things. Let's congratulate people on their achievements against mental illness rather than try and validate them through things like hospitals and suicide attempts. And it's just so wrong. And as I said before, it's very easy for me to sit here and say that. I want you to know that I have been in that place. I have been that person. I'm not saying that I've I'm perfect in any way, but I'm just saying that I am now very aware of what I did, and I'm very aware of what I won't do again, because it gets you nowhere and it just makes you even worse, and it fuels your illness so much more. So yeah, let's make the choice to say our achievements. Say, oh, my brain told me I couldn't eat this today, but you know what, I went home and I ate dinner. My brain told me I had to do this. My brain told me that I would only be ill enough if I did this. No, the next time you fight back against mental illness, please tag me in your Instagram post, because I don't know, we could get a hashtag for it, we could do something, but I want to spread this around. Like, you can mention me in your story or do an actual post. As long as you tag me, I'll then be able to put it on my story, and I think it would actually be really nice to daily reminders of how people have fought back against their mental illness. Would that be nice? Do you like that idea? I don't know, I think that's quite a nice idea. I don't know. But yeah, that is going to be the end of my video. Like I said, if you have any comments or concerns or anything that you want me to address, leave it in the comment section below. Tag me in any posts where you've recovered. It's at marieroseeee. It's at marieroseeee. Tag me on Instagram or Twitter, and I can repost them, and we can celebrate each other and congratulate each other on our triumphs rather than our tribulations. So yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you have a great day, hope you have a great week, hope you have a great life, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, you.